everybody. Welcome to the SyFy Sistas Podcast, where we give you our point of view. I'm Tamia Harper, and I'm joined tonight by my sisters, Yvette Blackman-Tom.
Hello.
And Sabrina Wood.
Whoop, whoop. That was a late night whoop, whoop.
Welcome to the show. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We are giving thanks because we have Discovery.
Yay!
Discovery is back. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Captain Burnham is back. Captain Burnham is in the saddle, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about Discovery, Season 4, Episode 1, Kobayashi Maru. This is a spoiler show. If you have not seen this episode, please hold off on listening to this podcast or listen at your own peril. It's not our fault, okay? You hear me?
You hear me?
You hear? It ain't our fault. Spoilers ahead. I can't emphasize that enough. Yes. But I'm going to pass this over to my sisters, probably Sabrina, right?
Yes, sure. Yes, sure. Why not?
To lead this discussion, because this particular sister has only been able to watch this episode one time. I am not qualified to lead this discussion tonight.
Because she was partying in the premiere room.
I was partying in the premiere room. That was a fact. And before I was partying in there with all of our great Star Trek friends, and especially those friends from Camp Kittimer and Trek Geeks and the Seventh Rule, and we thank Seventh Rule, Ryan T. Husk, thank you so much, and Sirach Lofton and Melissa Longo. You're our friends. Chat Pack forever. Our paw is eternal.
Yay.
Okay. All right.
Awesome.
Go ahead, Sabrina. Take it away.
Okay, everybody. So as you have probably surmised, we all got to see the show on Wednesday night because we're just like the cool kids. No, because Ryan made us cool kids. And we got the special invitation to see the episode a day ahead. So we were in there with, like Tamia said, the chat pack and everything. And we were so giving thanks to seeing Sonequa Martin Green in the chair, in the uniform, looking fly, not just fly in, looking fly. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. She was so beautiful last night. Was she not?
Yes.
She was drop dead gorgeous. And she was there at the premiere with us, just looking so beautiful and radiant and being her wonderful self. It's so dope. Doug Jones was there too. He was in the chat with us too. It was awesome.
Alex Kurtzman was there.
Say it again.
Alex Kurtzman was there too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It was really cool. It was really a fun time. I want to say that this is the second time Paramount has done that. Mm-hmm. Given this kind of premiere, and we all got inducted into Starfleet Academy, so we are all cadets now. No, we ended up we're ensigns now, right?
Yeah,
we graduated by the end of that. We stayed on for the whole evening. I mean, by the time we got out of there, it was like 10 plus o'clock. It was like, oh my God, we've been on here for like 2.5 hours. Yeah, I need to be a lieutenant or something by now. But okay, so here we go. The episode Kobayashi Maru. So we are doing a callback right off the break to, all right, this is a quiz. Where did we first see the Kobayashi Maru?
TOS.
No.
Well,
the original series. What you mean by TOS?
The original series. That's what TOS stands for.
Yeah, no, but it was actually from the first scene of The Wrath of Khan.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it was from the
movie.
Star Trek cinematic universe. Thank you very much.
There you go. Well,
so with the ultimate callback, I just have to give you all the history, right? Because I'm the OG. I just want to make sure you know where the Kobayashi Maru came from.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. So it was really great. But actually, I want to go back because I think the cold opening of this episode was one of the funniest that I have ever seen. And
it was really good.
I don't know. What did you guys think of the butterfly people?
So the first thing I thought was, okay, so they're trying to give homage to Sonequa Martin Green from The Walking Dead, because I call them the Walking Dead butterfly people. Because that's all the first thing I thought. I was like, is this The Walking Dead? What is happening? And then the butterfly, I was like, what is going on? But they were pretty cool. I mean, they were weird, but
they were very scary looking. I mean, they were like
zombies.
Zombie walking. I mean, they were just like, oh my God. They were very scary, but very cool. I love the design. I love that leather jacket she had on, the coat. Okay.
Yes.
I put in the chat, that was my statement, in capital letters with a lot of exclamation points. The coat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kirsha Phillips, girl, we are bowing to you.
That plum leather jacket was everything. And it reminded me of Picard's suede plum jacket that he wore in Darmok. Which was dope. So I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. The captain should always have a fly coat. Always. That's what I'm talking about. Fly coats. Got it.
I thought the funniest line in the Butterfly People was when when Book said that Grudge was a queen and the Butterfly People went off, but they said, you have the monarch. And I was like, the monarch? No, don't say monarchs to Butterfly People. When he said hilarious. You have the monarch, I was like, oh no.
Now, my favorite line.
I was on the floor. I was crying. I was laughing so hard.
He goes, the butterflies are shooting at us.
And then his face turned into like a butterfly.
Yeah.
Butterfly. I was scared. Oh my God. So I gave that like 10 of one of the best openings of any Star Trek episode I have ever seen. I mean, it was everything. It was okay. We're doing diplomatic mission. It's gone wrong. I mean, compare that to the diplomatic mission that Kirk was on in Star Trek Beyond when he was there with the guys that came and grabbed them and
right.
I don't know. That one was kind of
that was like a callback because in the mothership earlier they were saying that was a callback to one of the Kelvin universe.
Yeah. The last one.
Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I never seen. I guess I've seen it because when they told me about it, I was like, "Oh yeah, I do remember it," but I don't remember anything else about the movie. So
the little people just jumped on Kirk and took him apart, and
because when you say Kirk, I don't think I had to.
Should I say
get
Chris
my mind
Pine?
right? Yeah, I think that's
does
better.
That make it better for you? Okay.
Yeah, it does. It does. Not to make it better, but I understand it better. Yes.
All right. So I gave the Butterfly
before we leave the Butterfly People, I just thought it was an awesome new race, right? They're totally new. We've never seen this race before, right? Mm-hmm. They're so cool. But then they also like started to glow like dragonflies. Fireflies.
Fireflies.
Like fireflies. And I was like, they're like butterfly firefly people. Like they're really dope. Yeah. Really dope. Hilarious. I love how
they're called the Alshane. Is that
the Alshane?
Alshane, yeah.
And I like what they were saying. I mean, it was a funny scene, but they were really getting kind of deep with the fact that no strings attached, and here you come, and now you're back, and you think you could just give me some stuff, and I'm going to give up the technology. So he was really getting kind of deep.
That's what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to talk about. Like, it's like, it's like, hey, we're the Federation, we're back, and they're like, oh, wait, what have you done for me lately? Like,
right, because I remember.
Right, like, that doesn't mean what I think you think it means.
Mm-hmm. Especially from, Burnham, who wasn't there, doesn't know what this Federation had done to these people. She's coming back from, 900 years ago Federation.
Yeah.
So, that was an interesting scene.
Book's ship just looks so dope.
It is dope.
I love it.
It is so dope. And the little shuttle, what were they flying around in the little thing?
Yeah, I didn't understand how that thing worked because they would look like they were going in the opposite direction. Yeah. I didn't know what was going on with that thing. Yeah.
But it was cool, while it lasted,
I want to give props.
Rest in peace, little ship.
Big props to the special effects people. I mean, you got My Discovery looking fierce.
Yeah, they definitely had that virtual, what's it called? That AR? What is it called?
Oh, I loved all of it. I mean, it was like watching a movie. Virtual,
yeah, it was really nice. It was really good. I loved, there was a lot of little callbacks in that scene too. I remember, I think Captain Burnham said, Toad book to get a holographic goldfish. Remember the holographic goldfish from Voyager?
That's right.
I was like, oh, they're just calling back to all kinds of stuff. It was so cool.
I heard that, but I forgot about that. Yeah.
From the Isomorph.
I loved it. It. So, okay. So then now we go into the opening of, well, before they say their goodbyes. And I love that little aside he gave her as captain.
The trill. I'm not trill. The tribble. Don't forget the tribble.
So what's the tribble doing on the ship? I mean, is he an officer? What is it? He's a crewman? Like, what is the tribble doing?
So the tribble didn't have any clothes on. They didn't put clothes on the tribble.
Thank you.
But it was a large tribble, and it looked like it was walking.
It was booking someplace.
It had a mission. It had a mission. It had a job. So yeah, I didn't see a badge.
Got out of its way.
Yep, I didn't see a badge or a rank insignia. I didn't see any of that. So, but
I have to admit that I completely missed the tribble. The only way that I know that there was supposedly a tribble in this episode was everybody in the chat at the premiere was like, "Tribble! Oh my God, it's a tribble! It's a tribble!"
I'm gonna tell Kaylee over at Science Division that you missed the tribble. Kaylee, if you're listening.
And don't
listen. You don't listen to that part.
Don't listen to that part.
Sorry.
So then we get to the captain. She'll be like, whew, that was a thing. I love it. Just plops in the chair. Her crew is around her. And I love that they had the whole bridge crew acting in this episode. Everybody had a mission. And who is this Lieutenant Christopher? What is he doing there?
I don't know.
Where did he come from?
There's something we'll find out later, I'm sure.
I know Bryce, where was Bryce?
He was off doing he was doing some kind of mission with another ship.
The Curry. Yeah. He was a consultant on the Curry.
Consultant. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all right now.
All right.
You know what I love? You know what I love? That they used Obo's entire name, her full name.
Yes, they did.
Yes, you're right. I didn't even realize that, but until you said it, like, yes, I won't say it. I won't mess that up
because I'm gonna mess it up. I need to hear it a couple more times before I say it.
Some sad sisters.
I know.
Yeah, but I don't want to mess it up because
we're gonna have to get it straight.
A Welshicum?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
And I love that she was looking good too. I mean, everybody looked great coming back. What do you think of those asymmetrical jackets?
I like them.
Koba looked good in it.
Well,
from certain angles, they look really good.
Looks good in everything.
Koba was looking good. I swear to God,
it is always chest day for Mr. Cruz.
Colbert. Hey, Wilson. Wilson Cruz. Wilson, if you're listening, and
I hope you are.
I really hope you are, because we love you so hard. Love you so hard. Yeah.
He gave me a Twitter kiss the other day.
You were just amazing.
What is happening?
Amazing. You look good, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's looking
that
really
white
good.
Looks good on him.
The white is dope on him.
It is, yeah. I just want to know what kind of bleach they're using on Discovery, because homeboy was down in the dirt picking up stuff, crash shuttles, not a speck of dirt on his uniform.
A speck. Stevens was down in engineering, and Stevens was
dirty
and country. He was looking all crazy, you know. So, you know, whatever, the converter went out, and he was
Cobra stood up, nothing but chest out, not a speck of dirt. I was like, what is in that bleach?
He's like, hey, I've died and come back. Y'all can't even scare me. What's wrong now?
Oh my God.
So am I getting ahead of myself?
Yeah, we're definitely ahead of ourselves.
I know, I'm jumping
well, I got it. The elephant in the room. When last we left Stamets, he was throwing some shade at our captain.
Yes.
And now he's all like, buddy, like everything's fine. So
5 months. It's been 5 months.
Yeah.
Usually we get to see a little something.
I think they'll give it to us.
I think we'll get it.
They were like, I was about to say, it was such a significant look, and it's such a significant moment that they played at the end of last season. Yeah. That there's no way that there's not going to be some payoff for that.
I think it will, but I think it's going to it'll be later. But it has been 5 months, so we don't know what's been, because they look really comfortable together.
Yeah.
Look like they've been through a few skirmishes. I think I said that right. Skirmishes. So
trying to get like me
it's
now.
late. So yes. So they look comfortable together. I think nothing's come up where they have to, hash that out again. But I'm sure it's coming. That's my plot line.
He's still famous.
He's
still doing his stuff. I mean, when everything was going wrong, first thing he did was how's Zadira. Like, there's a whole lot of other people on this thing.
Oh, yeah.
He's screaming about her.
He corrected himself real quick, though.
He did. He got it together. But, with how's my family? Like, we're going to go do this again? All right. But he was cool. He got it done. But, all right, I'm going to jump over to Starfleet Academy.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was kind of cool to see that coming back, although,
that was really good.
I love that she was giving the speech. Our girl, Sonequa, looking wonderful in the plum. How many uniforms did she have on last night?
So was that a callback to the Monster Maroon uniform? That's what it looked like.
That's what everybody's been saying, but
it looked like
is it really?
It looked like it. It had the white turtleneck kind of thing going on. It had a lot of little epaulets and...
I think it's definitely a Monster Maroon descendant.
Mm-hmm. But only the captains seemed to have it on.
Yes, the rest of the crew didn't have that same uniform. And I like their uniform.
And neither did the Admiral. He didn't have it on. So, and then there was only one other person, I think, in that scene that had it on. I don't know who that person was, but, it was only one other person. So
they had more costume changes than Grace Jones, like at a Grace Jones show. I mean, I swear to God, like every time Grace Jones would go behind the curtain, she'd flash back out. She's in something else. Like, damn, how many dresses you got back there?
Yeah,
they had a lot of uniforms last night.
Yeah, it was almost distracting, but
it was distracting. And I mean, to me, it was distracting.
It was.
I was like, I don't understand why we have so many different uniforms. I mean, do we have a uniform that I wear to go do my laundry, and then there's a separate uniform for dinner? Like, and then, it was just ridiculous. It was like every shot was a different uniform. Like, we can't decide.
Well, the funny part about that is in the Navy, they have tons of uniforms. And,
really?
Yeah, they do. And they have different uniforms for different things. And different people that are on the same ship kind of sometimes have different uniforms. And if you have a different job. So,
so this is
it's
legit.
Possible. It's possible. It's possible.
Okay, so this is grounded in some tradition. Okay, thank you, because I didn't get it.
It still was distracting, but that's the only thing I could think of is that, because the Navy has tons of uniforms.
All the looks were pretty interesting, though.
Yeah, they were good. I just kept like stopping, after on my third watch. I went into uniform watch. Like, what is she? Yeah. Where are the epaulets? Oh my God, I love that. I love it.
Yeah,
but Sonequa. I kept looking at her hair too. I was like, it's up, it's down, it's curled, it's over.
I was
just loving it.
I love all the braids. I even love when she got hit in the little bumblebee. And her braids were everywhere. I was like,
everywhere.
I love that.
I was just like, ooh, whirl of braids.
Yes,
whirl of braids. I loved it.
There's no way that evac suit, the suit was going to like get all those braids.
Get those braids back in.
One braid to be sticking out,
Exactly.
That would have been, she just could have just tossed it over her shoulder and kept on flying. I'm all right.
I'm good.
I loved it. So
I also love that everyone in the bridge crew got promoted. That was pretty cool.
Yes.
Everybody's like a lieutenant commander now. And Tilly's a lieutenant.
He's a lieutenant.
I don't understand how Adira became an ensign, but, Wesley was an ensign, so I guess.
Question.
Yeah.
What did they do to Tilly's hair?
Nothing.
They darkened it.
I don't know what's going on with that.
They darkened it up. Like, it's not the same shade.
It's not red as it was before.
It's not as red.
It's all curly.
Yeah. Okay.
I miss her. I miss all of her hair.
The curls. Well, she's trying to do that lieutenant thing. She was in the dress uniform, so maybe she was just like, okay, I'm gonna just try to do this.
But I loved her natural hair.
Maybe she'll break it out when the president's off the ship. Oh, no. Okay, can we talk about
let's
the president?
talk about the president.
Are we done? Oh, wait. There's a few more things at Starfleet Academy.
Okay, before we get to the president.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we were on Starfleet Academy, yeah.
So, yeah, everyone got promoted. And so I don't know if this was an actual thing, but this is what I think I saw. A black Tellarite.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Oh my God! Yes,
I think I saw a black Tellarite.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, dark-skinned brother.
So too.
Okay. There was a Ferengi back there. The Academy class was very small. I think there was only like 18 of them, which makes sense. You know, yeah, it's very diverse looking class. Yeah. It's cool.
You think this is going to feed into the Starfleet Academy show that everybody's been talking about forever?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because it's coming. It's definitely coming. It's a thing. It's coming.
I feel like all the shows are kind of... Because, okay, here's my other question. So was the ship... So we had the Archer... port
shipyard. The Archer
shipyard.
That was... They started playing...
No, I'm sorry. Not a shipyard. It was Archer Space Dock.
Space Dock, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they played Archer's theme. I was tearing up.
I was a little misty. I was like,
thank you.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
But the ship that was being built. I was. I love my Enterprise.
You know why she wasn't? Because she was busy typing in the chat. That's why.
I was busy typing in the chat and watching everybody be like, Archer's theme, da-da-da. I was like, oh, okay. That's cool.
It was cool. It was way cool.
Because remember who Archer is. Cool. Remember who Archer is. He was the first Federation president. So
that's right.
It was cool. It was dope.
It was pretty dope.
So my question is, the ship that was being built, that was in there, is that the same kind of ship that we see in Prodigy?
Right. So that's what I thought. I was like, is that a protostar? What's happening here?
Yeah.
Because that's what it looked like. So they didn't show us any kind of markers or anything like that.
I stopped that tape and I was looking.
Right. So there was nothing. I looked and there was nothing to be seen. So
this
who knows? Like because a lot of these shows are kind of everybody's talking to everybody.
Kind of overlapping.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
How cool was it to see the Admiral's family?
Yeah, that was cool.
That was nice.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I hope we get
to see them again.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that. I do want to see more of that family.
Because I was like, again, I know it's silly, but I was just like, they're brown. I still get this thrill, right. Like I'm still surprised, like they're brown.
Yeah, I do want to see more of that. I want to see more of his family.
Yeah, especially the daughter. He was so proud to show her everything.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
I can remember.
Go ahead.
I can remember going with my father. My father used to work at the Boston Naval Shipyard. And that scene really took me back because I can remember my dad taking me into the shipyard and showing me all these huge ships that he was working on that were being built. They were in the dry dock and everything. Probably why I got so excited when I saw the Archer Space Dock. I was like, oh man, this is like the Boston Naval Shipyard, baby. Being there with my dad, and he was so proud that I was there seeing all his stuff. So that was like a cool scene.
That's so cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So the Federation is now 59 members. They were 34, so that's pretty good. I mean, we don't know who these members are. We might know a few if I can remember. I guess Kaminar. That's pretty much it, right?
Which was, I tell you, one of the best.
No, they're not in.
Navarre's not in yet.
Nope.
Okay.
So, but they haven't told us who they are. So,
yeah,
I still want to know who those stars were because there's only how many stars are left on there? Not a lot. And I was wondering who the stars were on there still on the flag.
On the flag, yeah. There's only like about 6 or 7.
Yeah, who are those? What planets are those?
Well, it's got to be Vulcan and/or Vulcan left.
Probably Bajor. I think Bajor is Bajor.
Let's get back to that. I want to talk about the president.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks.
President time.
I mean, there she was with her Bajoran nose and her Kardashian forehead. I was like, oh no.
Right? Right.
My back went up as soon as I saw them ridges.
Exactly.
Like, don't trust this bitch.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, I'm racial profiling. What's happening here?
I know, right?
I know. Totally.
I was like, oof. The minute I saw she was Kardashian, I was like, I don't trust her. Nope.
Right?
Nope. Don't trust her.
I'm saying
like,
to
that's
myself,
terrible.
is this the new Kai Wynn?
No.
She was acting so Kai Wynn in there. Like,
so
with that.
Maybe later, but right now, no one is ever Kai Wynn.
This is true.
Okay, because the minute the minute you say that name, I start shuddering, or I get these prickly things. I'm like, ugh, But I didn't get that yet with the.
No, I got a bad feeling about her.
I do have I don't feel great about her, but I don't know. I
don't feel great about her either, but she laid some hard truth on Burnham.
She really did.
Ooh, she did.
I really wanted to dislike her, and I really wanted to disagree with what she was saying, and I couldn't.
Right? No, you can't. She
Burnham was
told
just acting out.
Well, Burnham was being Burnham, and she didn't have a first officer. And I think that was a big, big problem.
Oh my word! Everybody and in the chat, everybody was like, "Who's the first officer?" I don't know. And there was all this speculation about this character is a first officer, and that character is a first officer. Yeah. And I don't really like how they wrote that. I knew that they were writing Saru back into the story. I knew that as soon as we saw Saru, he was going to be first officer, but I feel like it was really silly that they had her serving with no first officer, or that person wasn't named. I
don't think she had one at all.
Yeah, I just think that was just weird.
Yeah, very.
Just really, that was just one of those ones. I'm like, okay, writers, they could have thrown that in there, just to.
But it definitely went to the fact where her going out and doing that. So a captain needs a first officer to kind of pull them in.
Pull her back.
Yeah, hold them back. So that was a big problem. I don't know what they were thinking with that. You got to have a first officer. You can't just be, having a bunch of yes men. Like she did on that bridge. They were just like, cool, Captain. She's so cool.
Yeah, whatever you say, Captain.
Whatever you say, Captain. Let's go.
Yeah, Kayla was ready to fly this thing out there.
Yeah, Kayla, she's always going to be ready.
Yeah, and you don't tell me Kayla couldn't have done that, but,
Yeah. Yeah. But she ain't going to say nothing to the captain, you want to do it? Go ahead.
Yeah, really, I don't want to go out there.
I'm flying Discovery. I'm cool. I don't need that little bee.
Yeah, it was. I kind of was irritated a little bit that they, brought that childhood trauma of Michael again, but I like it. I was impressed that they kept sticking with it. They have to, right?
Yeah.
It's built into that character, and it's like, okay, let's just say what it is, and this is her problem. So when the president said that to her, you want to hear what the debrief said about you, and she was like, "Oh, I think this is a rhetorical question."
Right? I think you're going to tell me anyway. So
I love that scene, and she just gave it to her. Like, yeah, you just have this. You just have this big hole. And then I thought it was really interesting when Book does that very thing back to her, and she doesn't like it.
Not at all. But like we've said before, she is, that's who she is. She is Kirk. Kirk was the same way until he had to deal with, death. And then he had to, kind of take a seat and kind of figure it out. And unfortunately, I think that's what's going to happen this season. Unfortunately.
What's the name of the show?
It's Discovery.
We're always discovering about ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah, that mostly, yeah. Basically, yeah. So, unfortunately, I think that's what she's going to have to learn, and it's going to be somebody we really care about.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
I would just
hopefully it's Lieutenant Christopher.
He was doing all right though. He was.
Yeah,
he
that's
was
what I'm saying. We'll build up and like him. just like with
Kirk's
son,
Ariel,
or like Kirk's son. We didn't know him, and then we ended up liking him because they build him up, and then he was gone. So you're like, oh, but okay, let's go.
Well, they did it to us again.
We can move on from here. So poor Lieutenant Christopher. That might be his role. Oh my gosh! All right, what's next?
Well, I thought also that I like the way they're playing Book and Burnham together there. I mean, she took him down to the diplomatic mission, and then she does say why. Mm-hmm. But at first, I was like, well, why would you bring him?
Why is he there? Right.
Yeah, why is he there? Yeah. Just because he's your boo. You can't be bringing your boo places, girl. So, she wanted him to be empathetic with them. But
he did have a purpose.
Yes. But he wasn't doing it, and he wasn't even trying to do it. No. But I do like the way they are bringing him along in the whole little not little relationship. It's a pretty substantial relationship. I love their relationship. I think it's the first time we've really seen a sustained relationship.
For a captain.
For anybody.
For anybody. Yeah, for anybody.
Star Trek writers they're just terrible at relationships.
I'm afraid for Book. I'm afraid.
They're really bad at relationships, man. Oof. But
every time he leaves that ship, he comes back bloody.
Yeah, there's always an issue. But it's Star Trek.
His ship's coming back on autopilot. If he doesn't come back and they got to go get him, or something happened, I'm like, yo, brother, just stay in the bay.
In the shuttle bay.
Stay in the shuttle bay. Don't go nowhere.
Stay in the shuttle bay.
No,
I also like that the president is in Star Trek again. Or I say again because so of course I read a lot of the books, and so the political part of the Federation is really prominent in the books. So and the Federation president is very vital to everything that goes on in that universe. Mm-hmm. And you learn to love the president. And one president, you learn to hate them, but they become part of it. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, is this a callback to the books? Because, that's the only time you really see any Federation politicians. Usually it's all about Starfleet and admirals, So this was
trying to kill the president, like in the movies. But.
Well, there you go. There's that. But it was nice to see that callback to the movies and to the books, that the Federation president and because we're talking about the Federation. I think people kind of mixed them up a little bit, Federation and Starfleet. So Starfleet. I'm glad they're kind of making sure people understand which is which.
Yeah.
And I like when the admiral said to Burnham, she's the president and she doesn't need your permission to come on your ship.
I love that he told her that.
Oh,
yeah, because she was really, I was like, she the president. I think she's going to go.
She wants to go.
Right.
Yeah. And I like the fact that she was saying, the Black Alert didn't even phase her. She's like, no, I've done a few things. I've been cargo. Like, whoa, baby girl.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was the thing she was judging her,
they were judging. They're judging each other.
They were judging each other, but it made me think about like the time-honored Star Trek tradition of having politicians on the bridge of a ship, and it's inevitably ambassadors and stuff, and it's inevitably bad, and they inevitably get in the way and make all these stupid decisions, and next thing you know, like things could have been handled and the crew's just doing their business, and you got this person who's like putting a stick in the cog, and next thing you know, everything's grinding to a halt. I was like, oh, this, and I loved that moment though. I loved seeing that because that's a really true Star Trek tradition, especially not so much in TNG or Deep Space Nine, but definitely TOS.
Definitely.
And I felt like that was one of the, outside of the title and the constant allusion to the Kobayashi Maru, like I thought that was one of the truest callbacks that I saw in the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, there were a lot of callbacks to TOS in this. So
Yeah, good ones, really good ones. I think all the callbacks were really good and not, and ones I just did not think of, you know. And then when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" You know, it wasn't like it wasn't a Lower Decks China moment. It was. It made sense.
It was serious.
Right. It was very serious. It built on the history and canon more. So I love it. I love that.
Bringing it up to the fore, and then we're gonna, especially because they are trying to rebuild. So you would have to go back to the book, open the book and see, like, even when she said we're going to, I don't need to explain this to you, but we're going to go back to scientific experiments, scientific exploration.
Yes, which Star Trek has been trying to get back to since the Borg.
Well, I think the other callback is that you have this anomaly that's going to, that's eating planets. That's so TOS.
Yeah, eating planets.
You have the Doomsday Machine.
Oh, right.
Nomad. Even what else was eating? The giant amoeba. That is so TOS.
Well, that's exactly what I thought when I heard it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is straight TOS here. You got the thing that's bigger than anything you've experienced before. It's literally taking up space, and you're flying into it. Yeah. How do we get out? Yes. Do we try to kill it? Do we try to shoot our way out? Is there an intelligible conscience somewhere? Like, what is this phenomenon that's got us?
You know it. Where's the science department?
That's it. That's Star Trek. I love it.
It was so Star Trek. So, people, when they say that this is not, or I've read some article, I don't even try to read the articles, but it was just like, you saw the headline. It was like, oh, this Discovery is still not going to be normal Star Trek. I was like, what in the world? This show is so calling back, honest to God, pure essence Star Trek, and it's just, I was loving it. What
does somebody consider normal Star Trek? I mean, every series has been so drastically different from the other. This terminology doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. But I thought that, like we have just said, to have, a president on board, getting ready to say something is going to mess up the mission, but she didn't. And going after some anomaly.
I think she did overstep her bounds, though.
She definitely overstepped her bounds, she definitely put things into a precarious situation, because of her meddling.
Michael, right? If she hadn't stopped Michael for those few seconds,
yep.
She could have gotten that thing, got him back, and they could have done the black alert and not get hit by the freaking whatever, Exactly. It's like, come on now. If you stopping people, she's got to go on a mission. We got 5 minutes. You want to have a conversation.
Yeah, but don't undermine the captain in front of her crew.
Right.
On the bridge. Yeah. That's very unprofessional.
Can I speak to you in my ready room, please?
Can I speak to you in your ready room, if she needed to speak to her? But I was like, wow, really? We doing this here? Okay.
And Burnham was just like, are you pulling me from the chair?
Right. I loved her response, though. That was perfect.
Burnham is not playing. I am so loving it. She does not care. She's just like, look, you want to make a decision, go ahead and make the decision. But otherwise, I got to go save some people.
I do. So, Burnham was not really my favorite, but I love the fact that she was there. I just wanted her to be captain, I think, more than anything. And then now that she is captain, I just love it. I love everything about it. It just makes me so, so, so happy. And I've only seen the first 2, and just knowing she's captain makes me just thrilled. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be make me this happy, but just knowing that she's the captain, and I know the show was always about her, but she wasn't the captain. She's a Starfleet, bona fide Starfleet captain. And that just makes me so happy. I don't even know what to say. I was just thrilled.
I'm with you on that because every time she, what I loved was watching her command.
Yes.
And I mean, every time she was like, okay, you do this, you do this, you do this. Okay, let's go. Let's go, team. And the team was just jumping to it. And, I I ate it up every single time. Even more so than I ate up Cisco in Command.
Yeah, I agree.
I ate it up because I never, ever get to see a Black woman in charge, large and in charge of anything. And this is what it means. Like, you don't get to see us ordering anybody around, people taking our orders or organizing and delegating.
Right.
And thinking and prioritizing and shifting as the situation changes, and all of these things that are involved in command.
Yeah.
You know, we're only represented in such scripted, boxed in ways that, it just felt like, it just felt like a little bit of manna, It
felt like Thanksgiving Day is here.
Thank you.
Finally.
Thank goodness.
And the fact that our captain is a woman, portrayed by a woman of such strength and dignity and poise and grounding, and Sonequa Martin Green is just a queen.
Class.
And I don't use that term lightly. Like, I really think that the way she carries herself and she's carrying all of us in so many ways. I agree. And I know it's a lot of responsibility for her, but she does it with grace, and she does it with dignity, and she does it with love.
Yeah.
And I think that the franchise has recognized that, because did you see the producer credit that she got?
Yes.
I didn't see that.
Yes, she is a producer of this show. And I screamed when I saw that. Because, they got like 29 million producers.
They really do.
Supervisor producers, an executive producer, an executive co-producer. Yeah. But she came up as producer. I just went,
I love that.
Oh my God. I don't know if I've seen that.
Yeah. I mean, because what's his name? Patrick Stewart's an executive producer.
He was? Okay.
He is. Okay. He is of Picard. And I don't know if he...
Okay, right.
He is of Picard, and...
that I knew, because that's kind of like... They did that whole Picard thing, to bring him back. That's like a special. What I'm saying?
But he's definitely putting money into that.
Yeah, that's a show. I got it. I'm good.
But for some reason, I think I've seen his name on TNG.
He was the one I thought.
I thought I saw his name on TNG, like at the end, the last season. He might
have been a producer.
I think he might have been a producer in that last season, if I remember correctly.
I was very psyched to see her, to know that she has some sort of creative input, that she's being listened to, that she's directing something there. I mean, as a producer, making some sort of decisions. I don't know how many, because like I said, there's there's a bunch of Indians in there.
But there's only one chief. I love it because that's what a number one does. And she's, basically that franchise. This is a entry point for so many young people. They have Prodigy now, and you're going to get all these little kids coming in, which is absolutely wonderful. And there's a child of color leading that also. And this is another place because, like I've said many times before on this show, I have 3 girls, and they all might not be big Star Trek fans, but they definitely know who Sonequa Martin Green is. And they definitely know who Michael Burnham is. So
iconic,
right? So they know that there's a Black captain in Starfleet, and
Black female
captain. Yes, I'm sorry, guys.
And the ones that we've seen before
went that way.
Like you said, about when we've seen Black female captains before in Star Trek, but they have always been passing, or the ship was in distress. They were already dead when we met them.
Dead.
Or, they were mentioned as being like all that, but we didn't see them do anything.
Right.
Or, like the captain that was in that one where they all got this snake in the thing in the back, whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was gone. Or the ship is is going down and they got to get rescued. But this time we're seeing she is in charge. She is making the decision. I mean, a mile a minute and doing everything.
And we know her. We know her. So we have 3 seasons of knowing her. We know her backstory. We know her foils, her triumphs, her bad decisions, her good decisions. We know who Captain Burnham is. And I don't think we even got that with Cisco. I mean, we knew.
But we talked about that in one show, and it was emotional when he got his 4th pip.
It was
for us all.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and I don't know, but I'm with you. This is different, man.
It's different for me. I know it's different for me.
It is. Yeah.
It's definitely different for me. I mean, I know in real life, I know female captains in the military and higher, but it's still different. This is still different. And I don't know how to put a finger on that because this is, I don't know. I mean, I do know those people and I know that's possible and I've seen it, but this is just, I don't know. It just, for me, I feel it more because I don't know those people. I know them, but I don't know their story. I know this character's story, and maybe because it's something that's close to my heart because of Star Trek.
Of course. We've been watching this thing for
I've been watching this thing since, it's been thrust upon me since I was a little child. So, it's part of me, and it just means more. And that's weird to say that out loud, this means more than, actual people.
I think, but I don't think, but I think that part of that though is that you know these women in real life in these positions and doing that. But I think for me, what's fascinating about it is that, a lot of us aren't in the military. Right. We don't know it.
Right.
Now everybody gets to see, and that's, it's bringing it from outside of just the smaller segment of the population who's military.
True.
See it for the larger segment, and that's acknowledgement in a different way.
Yeah.
That's that's validation in a different way.
Yeah, and it's affirmation too, because now all those women and myself included. Oh yeah, look, we are. This is what we are. We can do these things. Let everybody can see it. Like you said, we're just a small little population. Now the bigger population can see that these things are actually going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Let's get to the end of this show.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah. I
did like that they went back to Kaminar and we saw Saru as the elder being absolutely almost worshipped as the old man, the seer, the all-knowing. He's 900 years old as far as they're concerned, and he looked great. And I love. He has another costume. I mean, when he came out of the shadows, and I just said, "Oh,
yeah," my heart melted. I was like, "Oh, I missed you so much, Saru." I really did.
The talk with Skal was really touching. I mean, when he just made that little symbol, like his balance, and he did that with his hands, and he was telling him, I'm all right, I'm loved. You can go where your heart is. I know it's out there. I was like in tears.
I know
that was really, really good. I kind of forgot about that, but that was very. I love that. I mean, so they're not two human men, but they are male characters. And I just love that talk that they had with each other. And you don't see that a lot, two male characters having such a deep, loving type of connection.
Yeah.
Right.
The father I ever had.
Yeah, and it's not romantic love.
Not romantic love. It's just love. Yeah,
right. Yeah, just love, and that's often not represented.
Not at all. And it was nice. I'm sorry I even forgot about it, but because there was so much going on.
Yeah,
but that was wonderful.
And I also appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say I also love the setting the room
wow.
that they were in, the chamber, I should call it a chamber.
Yeah, I could have had more of that too. I
could have had a lot more of that, and because what it's so it adds another layer of depth to their culture, to the Kelpian culture, to see their design aesthetic, and how reflective it was of all the water that's in their lives. And, just really beautiful. I felt like the designers outdid themselves on that. I mean, there was a place that I could just keep looking around, and I realized it's a repeating pattern, and I still didn't want to stop looking at it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go there, and I wanted to be in that place, and it evoked such a sense of a sense of awe, but at the same time a sense of comfort and warmth, even with those blue tones. It was just really well done, really beautiful.
I love that they brought the other half
the vowel.
Yes, they brought them back too. It's so now they're like, okay, the Romulans and the Vulcans have made up during the burn, and these two, when shit happens, you got to find. Where are the Remans? Are the Remans going to come?
Oh, I don't think the Remans survived. Did the Remans
I think
survive?
the Remans are dead.
Yeah,
but the Remans are dead. Yeah.
I just love that whole scene, and I really appreciated also one of the line in that talk that Sakal was having with Saru, when he admitted that there were people that hated him because he was the one that caused the burn. And I love that they acknowledged that he's going through this, that he is the scapegoat. I did it. It's me.
It reminded me of Picard after the Borg.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Had nothing. I couldn't help it. But I just love that whole scene. And that actor that plays Sakal is he was phenomenal.
He's really good
in that season 3 episodes, 2 of them that he did. And I was glad to see him come back and do that, this final little, I don't know if we'll see him again, but I was happy. That scene really was great.
Oh, I hope we go back to Kaminar again.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I really would like to see more of that. Definitely.
All right, so
are we going to talk about the ending?
I know.
Wow. I was not expecting that at all.
I was not either.
Yeah. Though they set us up.
They set us up. I mean, they set us up. We should have known, but
it was another Aryan moment. It's like, okay, we're getting to meet the little nephew, and he's all cute and everything.
But we met. The problem was that we met him before.
Right, we've met both of those characters before, and we're like, and so now we're set up for yay.
They're
now
back.
We get more family dynamics going on. But I wonder what type of role the brother's going to take on for Book. This will be great. He'll have a foil character, to bounce off of. Nope.
He's dead.
Dead, Jim. He's dead. But
they killed the brother. But they killed the brother's entire family. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I couldn't help but get Star Wars vibes from the whole destruction of the entire planet. I mean, that was such a formative moment in my development as a as a human being when I saw that for the first time. But what did you think about the CGI and everything? Was amazing, wasn't it?
I'm telling you, they thought they were making a movie.
The entire episode.
Remember, they got that new technology that that they use, the AR wall and some kind of virtual technology that they were using. So they did it up because it was fantastic.
Oh, let's go back. We want to talk about when they matched the orbit of the spinning station that was going out of control, and Enterprise and Discovery was flying right along with it. I just went, take my hat off to everyone on the production, design, CGI, whatever the frick you call it, all y'all guys and women.
That was awesome.
You get an Emmy, and you get an Emmy, and you get an Emmy.
I mean, while we're giving out Emmys, I meant to say this earlier. Gersha Phillips. Ooh, Gersha Phillips, girl.
She did some work.
Done it.
She was doing work.
Saru's outfit.
Yeah, Saru's outfit.
Saru's outfit was something.
Yeah.
Everything.
And of course that jacket.
The jacket.
Need to find that jacket.
Books, jacket, everybody.
Everybody.
What? Everybody looking good.
Everybody was looking good.
Yep. Even I love the uniforms. The way they all looked in their uniforms was awesome.
There was not whatever we've just, kind of mentioned things that we didn't really get, but I thought the episode was just epic. I really did. I enjoyed it.
It was. I'm sure we missed a lot because there was a lot going on, but I think we hit on the points that really stood out, and I'm just happy that Discovery is back, and I'm very thrilled that there's a captain that looks like me.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
Hot damn.
It just was really something, as Fran said, we've been waiting 55 years for, and to see her take that chair and know that it's not for 5 minutes, to know she's not going to get killed in the next episode, next scene,
right,
or it's what's gonna happen. It's like, no, girlfriend got this,
and she's even the fact that we know her, and then she's in a really loving relationship with a man that looks like her. That's another point I always want to point out. That I love that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with interracial relationships by all means, but I still love the fact that she is in a loving relationship with a black man, human.
He's an alien,
black man, right?
Black love is real.
Well, is he human? No, I guess he's not.
Black love is real, but he represents as human. Damn it, he is human enough.
Well, we don't know because his name, we still don't know what the origin of that name came from. And he's not originally from that planet. So
it works.
He's got that. Okay. All right. I'm on that. That's fine.
I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
I just think that it's a shout out to the entire production crew from everything. From everybody. The writing, I thought, was fantastic. Some of the best writing I think that we've seen in Discovery so far. To me, one of the tightest scripts that we've seen.
That was definitely a tight script for that first one. Yeah,
wasted dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Everything had a purpose. Every line had a purpose. Most every
That's
line
what COVID will do.
Yeah, right. COVID will tighten you up.
They got no time for that. We got to get this done.
I really like a lot of kudos to the writers for this episode. And
we were waiting for it, and it did not disappoint.
No, it was one of the best. I think one of the best episode ones I've seen in a long time.
Ooh. Yeah. I would. Well, you know what? I tell you, because season 3 was a humdinger. But 4 is right up there. They are doing it with these. They are really doing it. Even season 2 was a great opening episode. So they are just staying on the bar is that high, and they're just going over it every season. They're just wow. I mean, loved it.
Yeah, they're getting better as they go along. I can't wait for the rest of the season. I'm so excited. And I know that, this is a show where we really wanted to celebrate the return of disco. I know that we're going to have some more episodes coming up down the pike that will go into more discussion of other topics, as the season goes on, not just, more in-depth discussions probably, I'm sure, will be coming from us because they're presenting us a lot to chew on.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So thanks you guys for this discussion. Thanks everybody for listening. Do you think we covered all of our points?
Yes.
I think so too. Thank you guys for listening to us, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And we want to know what you guys thought about the season opener of Discovery season 4. Episode 1, Kobayashi Maru. See, we didn't even talk about the Kobayashi Maru. Like, there's so much to talk about in this episode. We didn't even talk about the Kobayashi Maru. So
all those uniforms, we got sidetracked.
We got sidetracked.
That's what happened when we were watching. They had so many clothes that we got sidetracked. I had to watch it 3 times.
I told you the uniforms are distracting.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely correct.
All right,
I'm gonna watch it again. Yeah, because somebody had to die.
All right, good peoples. Yvette, where can people reach us when they want to tell us their thoughts about this episode?
You can find us at SyFy That's SyFysistas.com. Join us on the mothership. That's MUTHASHIP. And the SyFy Sistas Book Club, both on Facebook. Download the Trek Geeks Network app, where you can find us and our family of podcasts on the Trek Geeks Network. On Instagram, syfy.sisters. And we are also on the Twitter at SyFy Sistas. After listening to this podcast, please rate us and write us a review. We may just read it on an upcoming episode.
Thanks, y'all. Oh, there's only one last thing to do. And that's to shout out Dose the Anonymous. Dose. He is the baddest engineer in all the universes. He's responsible for all the music that you hear on our show. And if you need music production services or engineering services, you can find him at dosetheanonymous1@gmail.com. That's DOSTHEANONYMOUS1@gmail.com. Sisters, I'm done. I'm pooped now. Discovery's worn my ass out. I think it's time to go. Shall we say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, y'all. Peace, love, and hey.